Hey guys, it's been AK Taport. It is doubles weekend, so for those of you who don't know, for Halo 5, I don't know for how long this will be going on, but we get to vote on what we want to play every weekend. So last week it was some other mode that I cannot remember, and this week it is team doubles, so that's pretty nice. Um, Actually, last week, yeah, it was Shoddy Snipers, and this week it is team doubles, so that's pretty fun. This is actually gameplay I just recorded, my last match. And I just thought I'd make this to one, show off, of course, beautiful gameplay, and second off, remind people that, for the next few days, they can go on and enjoy themselves some Halo 5 doubles, because that's not something we've seen so far. It's um, really, we haven't seen it since Halo 4, and I'm not even certain if Master Chief Collection ever even had it, but definitely go check it out. I also wanted to mention that this Let's Play of Numa, if that's how it's pronounced, that I'm doing, it will go on, and it was actually pretty cool to see that get some views. I guess that's just not a game that, I mean, I realize it's not a very entertaining game to do a Let's Play of, but I think it's just kind of fun to watch me figure these puzzles out, and some of them, I mean, like I've said, they are really rewarding. And I am considering doing a is it good video, but right now I feel like I should do those mainly for big games like, Halo 5, Call of Duty, and like Battlefront that's coming out soon. But at the same time, I feel like maybe if I just did it for any game, because I mean, literally there's no worst case scenario. Like, I guess worst case scenario, I upload it and it gets 0 views for all of history, but I mean, it's not too big of a deal. And I also wanted to talk about, not this game, but the game before it. I got a message from someone who, I mean, this isn't true, but it got me thinking. Apparently, I won the game of doubles because the whole time I was sitting around waiting for them, or his exact words were, "You sat around the entire time waiting me out, just so you know you're garbage." Blah 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 blah. We all know it. I mean, every Halo player has had to deal with it before, and it got me thinking. Everyone knows, of course, people who camp. It is one of the most irritating things you can do, especially when you have a good player that camps, because you just can't get him out of places sometimes. So, but I mean, camping is arguably a legitimate strategy because it's in the game, it's not breaking any rules, and of course you could argue about the ethics of camping. But is there anything really wrong with it? Because especially now with, I mean, camping originally wasn't really, I mean, of course camping's always been around, but shooters kind of eventually had to get to a point where camping was feasible, where weapons became powerful enough and corners became prevalent enough, and just as map developers kind of started to focus more on making realistic maps instead of maps that felt kind of like arenas. Like, for example, in this, if you look at this map, it doesn't really look a lot like something you'd see in real life because it's based more around balance. But if you look at a map like Battlefield, sure, of course, they focus on balance. Um, but they also put an emphasis on just making it look like something you would really see. Like, for example, Operation Metro. It suffers from a kind of lack of balance because it's just, there's rules kind of set by environments. So if you want to do a map with, a metro station, there's just certain ways the map has to be set up. There's got to be really long lines of sight and stuff like that, and it really affects balance. So camping kind of came along eventually, and now map designers are more focusing on making it harder to camp, because I guess that's just, it's kind of their duty to do that, because that's what everyone wants to see done, because nobody likes to have to deal with a camper. So now, that being said, with camping just becoming tougher and tougher, theoretically, shouldn't campers be respected a little bit more? Because what they're doing is a whole lot harder. Like, for example, here, this map, again, in a Halo 5. It would, I mean, I can't think of any spot that would really work for camping. I mean, you could argue what I'm doing is camping, but I'm using a power weapon that is going to run out of ammo. And sure, arguably I am right where the ammo will respawn, But there's so many points they can get me from. They can get me from across this bridge here by the overshield. They can get me from down here, this stairway that's under me. That light rifle over there where I just sniped that guy. Over there across from me on the left is a grav lift. And to the right where that little green light is, there's actually two ways they can come. Where one, there's a little stairwell. And the other one, there's a truck that they can jump up on. So now, sure, of course, like I said, I do have the power weapon, so I kind of have the advantage, especially it is a long-range power weapon, and it does give me a lot of long ranges, the long lines of sight, but it's something they could really easily overcome me with. So the fact that I can hold it down like that, and sure, of course, these aren't the most amazing players, that kind of shows, because even if I'm doing good, the other player, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but I mean, he wasn't doing as good as me, and they still only have, I think it's 5 kills. So, I mean, there's really no point to this whole thing, but is camping really as evil as it's said to be now? I mean, of course, yeah, camping, it used to be a big problem, because it was irritating as hell, and games didn't really know that it was going to happen, and then it happened, and it took a little bit for games to realize that's what was going on. And I'm speaking totally out of my ass, but trust me on this. I know I'm speaking out of my ass. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. I just wanted to give you guys something to listen to for long enough to really get some eyes on this gameplay, because I was pretty excited about it. Especially pretty soon coming up, I get a Running Riot, which I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've gotten one in Halo 5. And in team doubles, that's even kind of more impressive, because I only have 2 people to kill from, but it's also arguably a little bit easier, because I don't have many people to fight against. Well, not many people to get killed by. It's impressive because I don't have too many people to fight against, but it's also a little bit unimpressive because I only have to worry about 2 people. So, we are now at the end of the match. Final kill comes up. I kind of stole it, but I was pretty happy to have gotten it, because I think it's a nice way to clean up the match. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.